With all the buzz around the current Hyatt Globalist promotion, I figured I would share the latest Chase business card I was approved for. In this video, I'll go over the card, I'll touch on Hyatt status and the current Hyatt status promotion, and I'll tell you if I'm going to try to reach what is considered the pinnacle of all elite statuses by so many points and miles enthusiasts. Just remember, sometimes my opinions are much different than the mainstream. So don't get your feelings hurt if my plan isn't exactly what you think. If you're new here, I'm Uncle Luke, and I talk about credit card points, miles, cashback, and travel. If you want to keep up on these topics, consider subscribing. I am super close to that oh-so-coveted 10,000 subscriber mark, so if you can, give me some love and click that button. With all that out of the way, let's get started. If you follow the channel, you know that I have been approved for 5 Chase business cards in the last 5 months, all while being at 724. This latest application was the Chase World of Hyatt business card. I think I actually applied for this card the same day the Built Rewards Hyatt Status Challenge was released. More on that later. And if you follow the channel at all, you also know that I am, at least for now, a Hilton loyalist. So why would I even apply for this card? Well, it's a great question. I am subject to expert marketing, just like most people, and I'm also heavily into the points and miles game. What that means is I have to listen to folks every day talk about how great Hyatt properties are and how beneficial their loyalty program is. But most of all, I have to hear everyone talk about how out of this world they are as a transfer partner of Chase, because you can get over 2 cents per point at Hyatt properties. Now, I am not a hater, and a lot of the Hyatt supporters are people that have opinions that I highly respect in this game, so I have to at least give them a try, right? You know, take Hyatt for a ride. Well, my last 2 hotel stays have been with Hyatt, and so far I don't have much of an opinion. I stayed at a Hyatt house in Tampa for a football game, short visit, and I can say that property was a great value. Nice, clean room with a sofa bed and even a kitchen table. Nothing fancy, but it definitely got the job done. Very recently, I stayed at the Hyatt Regency in Savannah for Patrick's Day, and I can say that I was just not at all impressed with that hotel's service or the value of my points for the stay. I'm really not interested in doing a full review of that property, but all I can say is while it was not terrible by any means, I personally will not stay there again. So as it stands right now, I am a Hilton loyalist, and I have a few Hilton reservations in 2023, but I didn't want to slow my Chase business card velocity, so I needed to pick another card. It really came down to this one or the Chase Southwest business card, and I'm not in a position to enjoy the companion pass at the moment, so that one can wait. Hyatt business card it is. Let's quickly go over the actual card. Since this card was launched, it has not received a ton of positive reviews, and from what I can understand, it's not a fan favorite by any means. Now, we all know almost any card is great in year 1, so let's talk about the Chase World of Hyatt business credit card. First things first, this card comes with an annual fee of $199, and that does not include any type of free night certificate, nor are there any spending incentives to eventually earn a free night, like there is on the personal Hyatt card. I mentioned the $199 annual fee because that is what we need to use to decide if this card is worth paying Chase $200 a year to hold it. Does the card have a bonus? Sure does, thankfully. The bonus on the business card is straightforward. Spend $5,000 on the card in 3 months and you'll earn 60,000 World of Hyatt points. World of Hyatt points are easily worth more than 2 cents per point when redeemed for hotel stays. So that bonus, in my opinion, is going to have a floor value of $1,200. Now, I may take some heat on that because folks might say I'm cherry picking my redemptions, and of course they're right. I pick all my redemptions, and if it's a stay that I want to book but doesn't have a great points value, I'll use cash. So yes, I am guilty. I actually pick where I redeem my points, just like everyone else does. So how does the card earn? Well, the card earns 2 points per dollar in your top 3 categories per quarter through the end of 2023. After that, it earns 2 points per dollar on just the top 2 categories per quarter. That part doesn't seem super important because 2 points per dollar is definitely not going to knock your Aunt Connie's socks off anyway. And remember, Chase Ultimate Rewards points transfer directly to Hyatt, so if you have Chase cards, you'll likely be getting a better earning on those core cards. But here are the categories: dining, shipping, airline tickets when purchased directly with the airline, local transit and commuting, social media and search engine advertising, car rental agencies, gas stations, internet, cable, and phone. That's all one category. Now, I can't think of any reason to use this card for anything besides your Hyatt stays, and for those you'll get at least 9 points per dollar. That's 4 points for the card and 5 points for being a basic Hyatt member. And the card also earns 2 points per dollar at gyms and fitness centers, if you're into that sort of thing. Pause the video right now and comment below, how much do you bench, bro? The card gives the user Discoverist status, which is Hyatt's lowest status tier. Discoverist highlights include a bottle of water and 10% more earnings per stay. There are some good benefits like late 2 p.m. checkout, premium internet, and MGM Pearl status. But again, when you run all that stuff by Connie, you won't get a ton of excitement, but you do get to gift Discoverist status to up to 5 employees. I think that's kind of different. Spending on the card does come with some benefits. After spending $10,000 on the card in the calendar year, you will earn 5 tier qualifying nights towards status. So if you plan to use this card as a genuine business card that runs a lot of spend, you should be able to benefit from that. This card has great protections, and I will kind of skip over that, but if you need to see them, pause the video here. Now we come to some fairly interesting benefits of the card. The card comes with $100 in Hyatt credits. When you spend $50 or more at a Hyatt property, you can earn a $50 credit, and that is up to 2 times per year. Of course, if you have this card, I'm going to assume you are going to stay at Hyatt's at least twice a year. So this is effectively bringing the annual fee down to a much more reasonable and manageable $99. This card also grants you a Hyatt Leverage membership, which from what I can tell seems to be a program in which you can reserve rooms with some type of business discount. When I learn more about that, I will share how much I've saved using that program. And if you manage to spend $50,000 on this card, you can get 10% of your redeemed points back, up to 200,000 points. That's a tough sell because I think there are much better cards out there, but hey, I'm sure it has its use cases. And as far as the card, that is it, guys. At first glance, I have to say this card does not appear to be all that. So why did I get it? Well, I have to admit the biggest reason was for the bonus hunt. We all like a big bonus, and I had just finished up hitting the bonuses on 4 ink cards, so I wanted something just a little different, and I'm not interested in personal cards until I can get under 524. I also really just wanted to see if I could get approved. This Chase journey has been strange, but here I am with another new Chase card. And also, when I do take a deep dive into this card, it gets me in the door status-wise. It only has an effective annual fee of $99, and that leverage discount program is a little bit interesting to me. I think this one pairs well with the Hyatt Personal card, so if I wander too far down Hyatt Road and I catch whatever sickness everyone else has, and I start talking about Hyatt on half my videos, then I'll have to eventually add the Personal World of Hyatt card and really focus on that status. Speaking of status, by now everyone watching this video is likely familiar with the Built Rewards Hyatt Globalist Status Challenge. The sign up for that promotion is over, so I won't go too far into it, but the challenge requires 20 stays at Hyatt's or partner properties, and you'll receive Hyatt Globalist status until February of 2025. There are a ton of folks that say this is a great opportunity, and I spent a lot of time trying to figure out if it was right for me. I consulted with a few of my points and miles colleagues, and I even asked people from outside the hobby just to gauge their opinion, and I decided I won't be going for that status challenge. To do so would require me to either change a lot of bookings to what I think are inferior Hyatt properties, or to try to come up with a way to mattress run a large number of nights to artificially generate 20 nights. I couldn't come up with a scenario where either one of those things would be worth it to me. So for my individual use case, what is this card and this program for? Well, this is where things might go against the grain just a little bit. In my opinion, Hyatt has the best budget rooms. They have rooms that are 3,500 or 5,000 points per night that are just perfect for when you need a nice, clean place to stay and you don't need all the big league amenities like beachfront, multiple pools, and things like that. When you need a nice, comfortable place to sleep or to get some work done, Hyatt House and Hyatt Place properties are really great. Another factor for me is number of properties. Hyatt just does not cut the mustard to be my primary program. When this video releases, I will likely be sitting poolside or on the beach in South Florida. If you were to take a quick look at Hyatt properties in the Fort Lauderdale and Miami area, they really only have one beachfront option. That's the Confidant, and it's actually an older property. Not only that, but I've tried to book several higher-end Hyatt properties, only to find that they aren't accepting points bookings. I don't think I'll ever have that problem with one of the more economical properties, but the footprint just is not there for me. This card will help me get more value from the lower end redemptions and obviously still be there for me when I want to book something special. So for me, this card might not be a great card, but it does give me some more optionality while I decide if Hyatt has any chance at all to overtake Hilton as my primary program. At the end of the day, I hear and read so many stories about how great Hyatt's program is and how worthless Hilton's program is, and that's just not what I've experienced so far. So if you're keeping track, so far we're 2 Hyatt stays in, and one was just fine and one was very underwhelming. Obviously the journey continues, and the Chase World of Hyatt business card is just a tool helping me along. Anyway, if you've watched all the way to the end, I appreciate and I thank every single one of you.